Are you married but maintain separate bank accounts? There are pros and cons to this arrangement, but is it fair not to share when one person works part-time? Are separate bank accounts fair for couples? The moneyologist Quentin Fottrell is here to tell us. Quentin, I have to confess, the letter that your reader wrote made me so angry for her. She says that when they were first married, she and her husband decided to have separate accounts because they both worked full-time, fine. But now they have kids, and she cut down her job time to stay with the kids, and he's not giving her any money. She runs out of money.
Right.
Which sounds ridiculous to me.
Crazy.
They're a team. She has taken her time from her career to stay home and take care of the kids.
Right.
And he refuses to help her with expenses.
Right. So she's not only taking care of the household, but she's working part-time. She's putting her career on hold. She's probably working, like, all of that in consideration, that's more than full-time.
Right.
I mean, that's probably the equivalent of 2 jobs.
Right.
And, you know, child-minding and being a homemaker are unpaid.
Which is a bigger problem.
Yes.
But before we get to that, let's back up and talk about the pros and cons of separate bank accounts for couples.
Right.
Because there are both. There are pros.
Right.
I mean,
I think if you have a joint bank account, it can potentially, if you're organized, cut down on penny pinching and, you know, minor squabbles over, did you pay me for this or that? It also creates more transparency,
yes,
so you can see what people are purchasing and buying, and creates an environment, hopefully, of more responsible spending. Having separate bank accounts can be useful too, because then you have your, I like to call it, mad money.
Yes.
So you can go off and have fun, and everybody has an element of independence, and it sort of helps to discourage too much codependency.
yes, I kind of, not to reveal too much, but we have separate accounts and a joint account.
Right,
which
a lot of people do that.
I think is the best way to handle it, because I like having my own account. Like you said, I don't want to answer for every single purchase I make. Every single pair of shoes doesn't need to be explained away. But also, it's important to have a pool for joint expenses.
Right, absolutely. And I don't think anybody should be at a disadvantage when it comes to having no money in the home when
I think
a team.
She should start billing him for her hours. If that's the way he wants to play, then she can just, or hire a nanny and a housekeeper and send him the bill.
Right, and then yes. So clearly you know what I told her.
Right.
That, you know, that she needs to tell him that she's not his housekeeper.
Yes.
She's not a childminder. They're a team, and that they need to pool their resources, just their financial resources, just like they are pooling every other resource in the marriage, in terms of, well, it seems like she's pooling more because she's, you know, giving up her career,
yes,
you know, working part-time to take care of the kids.
Absolutely. I hope you follow up with this reader. I want to hear how it works out for her.
Yes, I certainly will.
Thank you, Quentin, for that.